Okay, we're recording.
All right. So could you start again, tell your name, and then tell us when you started volunteering at the hospital.
I'm Elma Ogden, and I started volunteering in '76. We had just come home from England from a building mission. My husband was a builder, and the church had sent us over there. And we met the Hollands over there, and of course they lived here in St. George. And they said, oh, come and move to St. George. We were from California, and we were getting tired of California and wanted to move back this way. So we come over and visit them, and we went to checking out. And, well, there was, at that time, this was in '73, we first come over here. And we looked around, we couldn't find anything that we liked, or there just wasn't anything to buy. It was, as our friends in California call, oh, you're moving to a little dinky town. And we liked it, and so George says, well, why don't we just go and look for a lot down in Bloomington, and I'll build us a home, and we'll have what we want. And so we went down there and bought a lot in Bloomington, and he built us a home. And we found out next door from us was another builder. So George says, I'm going to see if he will put the basement in for us while we go back and dispose of things in California. And he says, well, yeah. Or George asked him how busy he was. And he says, well, not very busy. Why? What do you want? And George told him, he says, I was wondering, would you put in a basement for me? He said, well, sure. Send me the pattern. And then in '76 or '75, we moved over here, and we lived in our trailer. We had a big trailer. And at that time, where Smith's Market is, that was a big trailer park. And there was a lot of snowbirds there, and that's where a couple of the girls that was a volunteer was there from, I don't remember where they were from, and wanted me to go to work there. And I said, well, wait till I get in my home. Let's get straightened up, and then I'll start. And so that's when I started working, and I was working in the snack bar at that time. And I'm sorry, but I don't remember her name was in charge. She had started this. And she says, well, why don't we have a little bazaar and to give the hospital a Christmas present for what we made? And one of the girls was known for her lemon pies, Florence Oates. She was really good at it. So I don't remember how much we made, but we made a couple hundred at least. And that is the start of the Jubilee of Trees. And each year it's grown. And then I graduated from the snack bar up and down on the floor, and I worked in the office or wherever I was needed. And then the girl that was doing the sewing and everything, she passed away, and they asked me, would I take it over? So I said, well, sure, we'll try. And then about that time, I don't remember how it got its name, called the Guild, but about that time, Ray joined in the crowd, and she's been my sidekick ever since for 33 years that we've been going, and we've been here every year for all this time. And that's what the Jubilee of Trees grew from. And I've enjoyed every minute of it that we've worked here. And we have beautiful quilts, we have Afghans, all kinds of handwork, and every minute of it I've enjoyed.
So tell me a little more about what things you did for the Jubilee of Trees, like baked goods and made quilts and things.
Well, we did not do any baked goods for that. We were just stuck strictly to the sewing. That is another department that they had. So we just stuck with our sewing, quilting, crocheting, and at one time, we had 28 women working with us. And of course, it's different. We're all getting older, and we've lost a lot of them in death and moved away and everything. And right at the present time, we're down to about 3 we've lost them. And we don't have any, and this town is the best for donating. we're always getting some beautiful stuff donated to us, material, uh, and even things they're bringing in. There's been several quilts they said brought in this morning to donate, and so that's what we have. We have quilts, baby quilts, quilts of all sizes, and we have tea towels, we have pillowcases, just about anything that you want in the way of quilting or sewing is made. We make it. So, but as I say, I had an accident. I had a stroke, a couple of strokes, and then I go and fall, and I'm out. So.
Can you remember over the years some of the things that the Jubilee of Trees has helped raise money for?
Well, the main thing was the helicopter. I remember that very well, that the helicopter, and we've got it paid for, and they tell us for this year it's a newborn cycle, something in the hospital they're fixed for the newborn is what I say, but it's always been fun, and we've had a wonderful group of women, but one by one we have deaths, and it's just down to where I don't know how long we're going to have it or anything. So,
besides the Jubilee of Trees, what are some other things that you did as a volunteer at the hospital?
Well, I do all kinds of embroidery. I keep the books for what we make, and we're open to the public. We're always buying material. Now, Ray and I do the buying and keeping supplies for whatever they want to make there. So it keeps us busy, and we also do quilting for people. We've had people to bring quilts in, and we will quilt them for them. So it's kept us busy, and we've done real good for the hospital. And
can you think back, besides the handcrafters deal, other things that you've done in 30 plus years that you've been at the hospital? You said the snack bar. What other things did you help with?
Well, I would on the floor help take patients out, or I would, I don't know, they've changed so different now, not all these years, but we used to help with the linen and help them with the room cleaning and take them out on wheelchairs, roll them out, and take care of them like that. Anything that we could do upstairs to help them. And then, of course, some of them went in the office and was working in the office, so I don't know. That's about all.
Okay. Can you remember...
Hey, hold on 1 second. We're going to let the we're picking.
Okay. Can you think back, can you remember any great stories of either at the Jubilee of Trees or as a volunteer in the hospital, something you were involved in that really made a difference? A great story that you remember, maybe of how you helped someone or how...
Well, we've helped a lot of people, we've had one girl that was willing to teach knitting, but that's getting to be a lost art, crocheting and knitting, and so they're going machine quilting a lot, but I don't know, we've made things for people that have wanted us to sew and make for them.
Maybe can you remember a time, like you mentioned you used to push the patients around and help the patients out. Can you remember a time when you really made a difference, you really helped somebody out?
Well, helping get the patients out and talk to them and calm them down, and so just take them in and out, and that's all I can say we did. It was a pleasure to help them, to get them out. And I remember one time that I had been upstairs doing something when I was still on that floor, and the girl that was there, she says, "I think you better go over there and talk to this guy." Says he's just crying his heart out. And I went over there, and I kind of put my hand on his shoulder, and then he says, "Sir, could I help do something for you?" And he jumped up and grabbed me, and he says, "You're angels around here." And I thought, wow. And then he said, "My wife has been in here." And I thought, oh no. And then he says, "She was in here so long," and says, "Finally she got better, and you treated her so good and everything." And he said, "Now I come in to see if I could make monthly payments." And he says, they handed me a bill paid in full. And he says, "If you aren't angels." But we have been taught that no one is turned away from this hospital. So I'm very proud to be what I have done for the hospital over these years. And not only me, but others too. We're proud of our hospital. Mm-hmm.
That's excellent. Do you have any other memories of the Jubilee of Trees that you want to share, like what it means to our community? And
Well,
support
it's just happy having all the things around. So being helping people and being with people, it's been a joy. And
That good?
Are we good?